Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to my backyard. It's nice and peaceful right now. It's early in the morning. The sun's just coming up. Here, though, it gets quite exciting in the afternoons because thunderheads roll in, and like 75% of our rain comes from thunderheads in the summertime. And most lightning strikes in the US, in fact, second most in the world, happen here in this area. It gets quite interesting. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about today. What I want to talk about today is about how EVE Online and business is alike, and specifically one area. So if you've watched a lot of my business stuff, you know that I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've done all kinds of things. I've made a lot of money. I've made a little money. I've lost a lot of money. I've done the whole gamut of it. But I'm still here doing it. Still here doing my thing. And that's a similarity that I noticed the other day. So the other day, I was foolish and I got tricked in the game into putting all of my operating capital into a single contract in EVE, where I was going to get paid this nice sum of money for moving this freight from one location to another. And what happened was it was a trap. And I got killed. When I got killed, I lost all of that money, which was, it was about 90% of my operating capital that I had on hand. Now, in real life, when you lose 90% of your operating capital, or when you lose even more than that, it causes your business to fail. It causes you to go bankrupt. It causes you to, or it causes you to have really extreme financial troubles for quite a while after that, while you recover from that situation. And so I was thinking about this because I was like, man, I should just quit. Maybe I should just quit playing, and because it really pissed me off. Now, it was my fault. And, most of the time when you think about it with business, that it's your fault when something happens. I mean, who else is responsible for that stuff? I mean, even if your warehouse that has all of your product burns down and you lose everything, whose fault is it? Ultimately, it's yours. Now, that doesn't mean you went out and did that. And, oh, my camera lens is fogging up a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't show up on the video. It's so humid out here. It's really, I've gotten used to it, but when I first came here the first time, it absolutely took my breath away when I stepped off the plane. So what I'm talking about is that ultimately it's, the business owner's responsibility, even if something bad happens, like your warehouse burns down and all of your product is gone, or whatever, because you should have had insurance, or you should have had more safety checks done on the property, or you should have had a security guard there to stop the arsonist, or maybe it's an act of God. Maybe lightning strikes your building and it catches on fire. It's happened to my home here. We didn't catch on fire, but we've taken a lightning strike, and we've had circuits melted and stuff. In fact, it happened just a couple weeks ago. It was the second time since we've been here that we've lost stuff due to lightning. So, so I'm thinking about this with the game, and I realized that I really like playing this game, EVE. And it's because the economy in it is so real and based off of the same types of things that we do in real life with business. And I think that's one of the things that attracts me so much to it, is that it is so lifelike in so many ways, but I'm playing with the virtual economy. And so, I can take risks and stuff in the game that I wouldn't necessarily do in real life with my own money. Like, would I put 90% of my operating capital into one transaction that I knew had risk in real life? No, I wouldn't. But on that same token, when I lost so much of my, my money in the game, of course I have a bunch of assets left, but I really need that operating capital to keep the machine flowing. And without that, I was like, what am I going to do? And then I thought to myself, if this were real life, what would I do? Well, I would just pick things up and I would keep moving forward, and sure, it was going to take a little while to build that operating capital up again, and look at what all do I have that I could sell that I don't use anymore to help build that operating capital up again. And it'll take me a couple of weeks to put all that money back together, but it's a game. I'm having fun. It's like starting over again. It's like opening a new business, and for a serial entrepreneur, that's gold. It's great. So anyway, one of the further ways where EVE Online is so like real life and business, and it's one of those things where I truly believe that if you can do it in game and be very successful at it, that you can probably do the same thing in real life. And in real life, if you can do something and be successful at it, you can probably transport it into the game and do the same thing. So check it out. If you haven't checked out EVE Online, check it out. There'll be a link in the description. And I'm Marky Dragon. Take care.